Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, afternoon, whatever time of the day it is that you're going to be watching this video. I am going to be driving through Butler, Alabama, which is located in Choctaw County, which is towards the southwest section of Alabama. Butler is 46 minutes from Meridian, Mississippi. An hour and 15 minutes from Jackson, Mississippi, and 48 minutes from Livingston, Alabama. Which I will have that up. I will have that video up eventually. So here's a little bit of information about Butler. The town of Butler has got a population of 2,385 people, and the population for the most part is pretty much stagnant. It done lost 1% population as of the 2020 census, which is nothing. So I would say for the most part the population here is stagnant. Now, housing prices here are relatively affordable, taking into consideration this current housing market. You can buy a decent home for $130,000. The median home price here is going to be $130,000. If you're only looking to rent, the median rent prices are going to go from $520 to $1,160 a month. And this town was named in honor of Colonel P. Butler, I can't pronounce his name right, P. Butler, who was a soldier killed in the Mexican-American War. So let's see here. Now the crime here in Butler is, violent crime is 32% above national average, and the property crime is below national average. Let's look at some racial demographics here. Okay, the racial demographics are going to be 68.4% white, 28.6% black, and 2.8% Hispanic. Now, as far as my 2 cents about the town of Butler, I would say for the most part, I don't think Butler does not appear to be a bad place to reside. If you're looking to live in a rural community, I think this community would be one of the better rural communities in the western Alabama area. It's not the best community in western Alabama, but anyhow, I think Butler would be a decent place to live if you're looking to live in western Alabama. Like I said, this is towards the southwest section of Alabama. Now again, just like I've said about some of these other communities I've done in western Alabama, I would say the main negative aspect of living here would be the fact that you would be further away from a larger city. Now, of course, you're within an hour and 13 minutes from Jackson, Mississippi. Now, Jackson, Mississippi is, Yeah, it is a metro, but that's not the type of metro that you want to be too close to. So as far as a larger city that's actually half decent, such as Huntsville, Alabama, or even Montgomery, Alabama, you're gonna be real far away from those cities, like over 2 hours away. I mean, I think to Montgomery, off the top of my head, yeah, you're gonna be over 2 hours away. Now, Mobile, Alabama, you're gonna be a couple hours away, give or take. I don't know exactly how much time, but it's gonna be somewhere along that time frame. So yeah, you're gonna be the closest to Jackson, Mississippi, as far as it goes for a larger city. So I would say the fact that you're further from a decent, larger metro area, that would be the main down point of living here in Butler. Other than that, you know, people here for the most part appear to be pleasant. And like I said, this is a decent rural community to live in, I think, if you're looking to live somewhere and being close to a larger city is not a priority. Now, the internet here appears to be okay. Now, if you're the type of person that works online for a living, you do remote work for a living, you might want to check the internet options here before you come here and purchase a home and anchor down. Because in some of these small Alabama communities, the internet may not be, the internet options may not be conducive to what you might need in order to do your job. Now, most of these smaller communities will have a good enough internet connection to where if you're just going online and just doing some basic surfing, or you're going online and you're jumping on YouTube and just simply watching content, you'll be okay. But if you have a job to where you have to use like some special tools online, or you have a more sophisticated job that requires you to use a computer in a more sophisticated manner, then sometimes the internet services that a lot of these rural communities may have available may not be conducive for you to do your work in a sufficient amount of time. Like, for an example, if you're a YouTube blogger like I am, you don't want to live in a town like this and then find out that the internet services they have available at best will allow you to upload a half-hour video. I mean, you don't want to find out that it's going to take you, let's say, 3 or 4 hours to upload 1 half-hour video. Now, back when I was living out in the country, when I first moved here to Alabama, the type of internet service I had at that location was the type of internet service to where if I made a half-hour video, it would take me 3 or 4 hours, or sometimes even longer, to upload that video. So basically, if I wanted to do 3 or 4 videos for the day, it would literally take me all day to upload the video. Like, I could have the videos already done, my commentary already done and everything, and it would still take me 8 hours or longer to upload those 3 or 4 videos. So if your career depends on you using the internet extensively, I can't emphasize enough that you're going to want to go ahead and check what type of internet services are available in the area. In fact, wherever in the town or city you may want to live, you're going to want to call the cable company. You're going to want to call the internet company that services that area, and you're going to want to give them the specific address of the home that you're interested in, and you're going to want to ask them, okay, well, what type of internet services do you got available? Because sometimes give me a second here. All right, I'm back. I had to answer my other phone. But anyway, sometimes you can live in a rural community like this one, and if you live in town, the internet services are going to typically be a little better than if you live a little outside of town on the outskirts. Or you could be in a situation to where if you live on one street, they might have a certain type of internet service available, as where if you live on the next street over, they don't have those services available. So those are all things that you're going to want to check out thoroughly before you purchase a home in these type of communities. But all in all, I don't think Butler is a bad place to live. If you're looking for a rural community, maybe you're looking to buy a house that comes on a larger lot, maybe you might want to come out here and do some homesteading, I think this would be a good place for people like that. And, obviously, you would only be a few hours away from the Gulf, so I think that's also a high point for some people that might want to move out here. Now, I understand for some people, a few hours away from the ocean or the beach seems like a long drive, and although it may not necessarily be a hop, skip, and a jump to get there, as I've said before, if you're coming from let's say Ohio or Indiana or Illinois, to where back when you were living, let's say up north, you may have had to drive 14 to 16 hours each way to get to the Gulf, to get to a warmer climate. If you're here, you just gotta drive a few hours, which is a much shorter drive than having to drive from, let's say, even the Midwest. But yeah, I would say this place is a decent place to live. Is it perfect? Of course not. But in my opinion, this place would make a solid place for somebody to reside, provided that being close to a larger city was not important, and provided also that occupationally you did work online, or if you worked a storefront 9 to 5, you had something lined up before you got here that paid a decent wage. Alright folks, that's all for my commentary on this one. You guys know what to do. So on that note, hope everybody has a blessed one, and I will see you on the next one.